With profound humble gratitude and love to all venerated enlightened masters, we bow to the Almighty in soulful gratefulness for gifting us with their holy blessed presence. May all beings be awakened by their divine grace.
Part 2 of 4.
Etc.
Be vegan, make peace, do good deeds, heaven Godspeed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule.
ਸਾਡੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਪੇਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ ਅਨੇਕ ਭਾਸ਼ਾਵਾਂ। ਕਿਰਪਾ ਦੇਖੋ suprememastertv.com/schedule.
The ocean is the only source where most of the known elements are in perfectly balanced solution.
Please stay with us to enjoy this illuminating Congress.
I wish you all, great and small, a year filled with love and kindness. Let's make this year a great one. For the animals, for our environment, for our health, for love. Alba Paris, vegan.
Today's program will be presented in English with subtitles in Arabic, Alexis, also known as Vietnamese, Chinese, English, French, German, Hindi, Hungarian, Indonesian, Korean, Mongolian, Persian, Portuguese, Russian, Spanish, Thai, and Ukrainian or uranium. Welcome, generous viewers. I am Chao Xin. The innovative Singaporeans appreciate your kindness for all beings, especially by your love in action through the benevolent vegan lifestyle. May everyone awaken to the benefits of this peaceful lifestyle. Singapore is a sovereign island city-state located at the southern tip of Malay Peninsula in Southeast Asia. This modern metropolis is a prosperous center of finance, technology, trade, and tourism. The Port of Singapore is among the world's busiest harbors, and its international airport has won several awards. Singapore is also known for its lush greenery. Plants adorn the tops and sides of many buildings, and Singapore's Gardens by the Bay offers a wondrous experience of a cornucopia of plants from around the world. An indoor glass conservatory houses trees and plants from 5 continents, while an outdoor set of steel super trees act as both vertical gardens and eco-structures. Besides generating solar power and collecting rainwater, they offer a luminous arrangement of colors at night. Along with its green achievements is Singapore's support of diversity. The country's 3 main ethnic groups, Chinese, Malay, and Indian, contribute cultural elements that can be appreciated by everyone. Public housing is designed so that all ethnicities are represented in each neighborhood, with schools also reflecting this multicultural blend. On Racial Harmony Day, held each year across Singapore, students wear traditional dress and participate in festivities that celebrate all cultures. In December 2010, the first ever Middle East Vegetarian Congress was held at the Dubai International Exhibition Center, with the public invited to engage in an interactive exploration of the plant-based lifestyle, organized by the Middle East Veg Group, or MEVEG, supported by the Middle East Natural and Organic Product Expo 2010, and endorsed by the Dubai Health Authority of the United Arab Emirates. The event provided 2 days of seminars, workshops, and video telecasts with experts from around the world, along with rejuvenating veg cuisine. In addition, Supreme Master Ching Hai, vegan, was specially invited to speak via live video link on being a vegan, an environmentally sustainable food choice, followed by a question and answer session with attendees and the launch of the Arabic edition of the international best-selling book, The Birds in My Life, which was already sold out pre-launch. The Birds in My Life was printed by United Printing and Publishing, a subsidiary of Abu Dhabi Media Company, or ADMC, owned by the government of Abu Dhabi. We now invite you to join us for part 15 of the conference titled The First Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress, held in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates on December 6, 2010, with Dr. Ahmed El Massoum, former Deputy Director General of the International Center for Biosaline Agriculture, who discusses the benefits of ocean water and the essential elements for good health that are in it.
All right, the next topic is also going to be very interesting because all our life we thought that nothing can grow in salt water except, those particular vegetations that you see close to water. So we'll be inviting Dr. Ahmed Al Massoum and a little bit of information about him. Dr. Al Massoum, a citizen of the UAE, has 30 years experience in agriculture as a researcher and educator. He served as chairman of the Plant Protection Department of the Ministry of Agriculture and as associate professor of the College of Food and Agriculture in UAE. Dr. Massoum also obtained his PhD in horticulture from the University of Arizona. He was a postdoctoral fellow at both Texas A&M University and Ohio State University. He served as executive director of the Zayed International Agricultural and Environment Program and head of the Plant Production Department of the College of Agriculture. Wow. He participated as a member of the team of experts for FAO and ICARDA on various assignments and has contributed to the establishment of several research centers within the UAEU. He has published in various international and regional journals. Let's welcome Dr. Al Massoum here to share his research on this.
Thanks. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm extremely delighted to be here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend the opening ceremony this morning, and I missed lots of important sessions or lectures. But anyway, I would like to thank the organizing committee and for bringing such an outstanding people together for, I really do not know how should I say it, for outstanding people who are already vegetarian or are planning to become vegetarian. Special thanks goes to Madame Sandia for inviting me. Oh, you are here, thanks. And I have nothing to sell. I have nothing to market. But we actually group of scientists who work at International Center for Biosaline Agriculture and also outstanding center available in this part of the world, established by Islamic Development Bank in Jeddah, but currently it is financially supported by the UAE government. This center actually deals in salinity, salt and salinity. But you will be surprised that although our center is combating salinity or fighting salinity, I'm promoting salinity. And I tell you why. The title of my lecture is Importance of Saline Water for High Value Commodities Production. And you guys have talked a lot about vegetables and things like that. But the vegetables that we consume are not high value vegetables, or we call them commodities or crops. So my talk will be a little bit information about saline water, what is it, and the high value crops, HVC, essential elements, the role of elements in life process, benefits of saline water for crops. there are two terminologies that we should have we should know before we go ahead. Number one, saline water. Number two, high-value crops. Maybe some of you hears it for the first time. Now, saline water, actually, there are so many types of saline water, and actually I don't want to go over all of these things because I only have half an hour and I have lots of things to say. This lecture is usually used for over 50 minutes or 1 hour, but I have to cut it off to half of the time. So brine water, water which is saturated or nearly saturated with salt. Brackish water, seawater, I don't want to explain every terminology, but of course seawater, water from a sea or ocean, which we will focus on this actually part, and saline water, sometimes in medicine, a solution of sodium chloride in sterile water. Now, what is high-value crops? This is very important for the vegetarian people here who consume lots of vegetables. The high-value crops are the crops that are, number one, have better nutrition, number two, better income. For the time being, we don't want to talk about income, but we have to talk about better nutrition. And of course, some of them are non-traditional, unlike, tomatoes or cucumbers or things like that. Now, what is the role of elements in life process? More than 30 elements have a key function in helping human, plants, and animals live and be healthy. This is very, very important. Now, here is 30 elements. Everything around us is composed of chemical elements. Elements are the basic building blocks of our lives. It's very basic things that all of us know about. Elements combine with one another in different proportions to form everything from the air that we breathe to the wood that we use to build our homes or to our own bodies. Now, I don't want to read all of these things. Where are the source of these elements? There are two sources. Let us talk about this one. The most important source of these elements for our human body is the greatest source is from the food that we eat. So that's why people say you have to eat this food because it contains this element. You have to eat this one because it contains this, for instance, vitamins or whatever. Now, but frankly saying, everybody in this room, I can say, is suffering from something. Why? Due to the fact that he is lacking one or two or one of the elements or two, or more than that. That's why we usually go for food supplements. You go to a doctor or you go to someone, they give you food supplement for calcium, potassium, whatever, magnesium, this vitamin, another vitamin, this organic, and all of these things. So, as I told you, addressing the issue of chronic mineral depletion and deficiencies, ocean water or seawater, we usually use it ocean because it's bigger, is the best source, is a completely proportioned and balanced by nature. Allah created like this, with naturally small molecular structure and 100% ionic. Very easy for absorption. Both essential factors for easy absorption. Naturally, ocean water contains over 90 elements. Over 90 elements. Actually, there are 95 or 96. It varies, and I'll show you the list of elements available in ocean water. What is the definition of essential element? I said essential element, not just an element. An element that is required for completion of the life cycle of the plant or animal, or any even human being, must not be replaced by another element. In other words, if you have calcium deficiency, you cannot replace it by potassium or whatever, any other element. That's the most important thing. That's the terminology for essential. Essential means that particular element has to be available. Must be directly involved in plant or animal metabolism. That is, it must be required for a specific physiological function. And we'll know a little bit about this later. The element must be required for a substantial number of plant or animal species, not just a single species or two. So this is actually applicable to all plants and human beings. Everybody needs essential element. Elements in seawater. I don't want you to memorize this. Absolutely no. I'm not going to test you on these things. Being a professor for the 26 years, I usually ask the students to memorize, but I don't want you to do that. But I want you to realize that there are 95 elements in seawater. You wouldn't believe it. Starting from hydrogen as H2O, all the way to molybdenum, whatever, elements that even you haven't heard of. They are available in a way or another in a small amount or in big amount. But all of them are essential for your life. Here, I just want you to copper, zinc, whatever. All of these elements, as I said, are available in different proportions in the seawater. So as I said, the ocean is the only source where most of the known elements are in perfectly balanced solution. Now, let me tell you about what exactly people used to do. Our people here in the United Arab Emirates used to depend on sea salt, not sodium chloride. Now, when you talk about salt, we had very delicious food today with little salt, but lots of fat. I have nothing to do with fat. I'm not going to talk about fat. But the salt in the food was sodium chloride. That's not the only thing you want for your life. And as I said, all these elements should come from plants. I don't want to go over all of these things in details. When we grow our plants, we only apply 16 elements to the plants. So plants only pick up 16 elements, which makes your food what? Unhealthy. Because those are the only sources of nutrients available for the plants. But you need 95, over 90 elements in a way or another. What you would do, simply go to pharmacy or whatever and get some supplements. We call some of them essential elements for plants: nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, carbon, and then it calls nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, sulfur, and then we call it micronutrients: boron, copper, iron, chloride, magnesium. This is the best, I think, grower can apply only these 16 elements. So these are the only elements available in your food. I mean your vegetables. Even though science has yet to prove essential to good health all the elements of the periodic table. Yeah, of course. We cannot, of course, get all elements of the periodic table, but actually most of the elements are available in seawater. Seawater is more enriched compared to fresh water. We have to talk about fresh water. Talk about Dubai and the whole Gulf area. What we do, what type of water we drink? Desalinated water, which is done either through evaporation or through reverse osmosis. And as you all know, reverse osmosis leaves 60% of the salt behind, and only little salt goes back to the thing. And then they have to reconstitute it. Put some other chemicals, I said, to make it at least, good or favorable for drinking. And other water, underground water, is also not complete because it depends on the aquifer, what type of rock is surrounding that particular aquifer. So all water that you drink is incomplete in mineral nutrition. The only source of complete nutrition is seawater or ocean water.
No to vegan. Only intelligent people choose it.
Esteemed viewers, we appreciate your presence today for the first Middle East Vegetarian or MEVEG Congress on Words of Wisdom. Please join us tomorrow for part 16 of this inspiring conference. Coming up next is the songs, compositions, and poetry of Supreme Master Ching Hai, Vegan, part 8 of a multi-part series, right after noteworthy news. May the heavens guide us on the path of gratitude and compassion.
Be vegan. Make peace. Do good deeds. Hell not reach.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.